Hello and welcome back to Let's Break Super Meat Boy, the Let's Play where I only use Steve from Minecraft and I play Super Meat Boy in the way no one intended for it to be played. So on some levels, like this one, you're better off just using Steve in a Meat Boy style way, you know? It's faster, it's less messy, a lot less deaths. But on some levels, there's some really cool things that you can do with his either block building or block breaking power, and if I could ever suss this one out, you'd be able to see it. What you basically want to do is just free fall, and then build yourself a little platform to jump to Bandage Girl. Saves yourself some time, looks pretty cool. Now this one saves you no time whatsoever. I'm pretty sure it actually might cost you time, depending on how fast you are as Meat Boy himself. But again, totally removes basically any danger unless you almost walk into the saw like I did right there. Yeah, I'm really getting accustomed to Steve's power. And honestly, the more time that goes on in the game, the more useful it becomes, because even starting as early as now in Chapter 2, we're getting to some levels where building like a block tower, as you can see right there, saves you a lot of time. Or, well, I didn't really use this power with style and aplomb there, let's put it that way, but in any case, now Bandage Girl starts being locked behind doors, oftentimes, which is sometimes actually means that you can just, you know, like walk over to the lock right at the very beginning and kind of bypass the whole level that they've laid out for you. Which would be absolutely no fun if this game hadn't taken immense pleasure in tormenting all of us over the past several months. So it's good to kind of get the upper hand. Yeah, this level's really difficult with Steve. Jump, right trigger, jump, right trigger. I have no idea what the PC control is. You should really use a gamepad. I have a lot of people message me saying like they can't beat X level for whatever reason. If you're using the keyboard instead of a gamepad, that is probably your #1 problem. You will find your skill increase immensely after that. Again, this is one of those levels that Steve doesn't really have an advantage at, but he doesn't necessarily have a disadvantage either. If you're playing as sloppily as I am, then you're in trouble, but if you're not, it's usually not too much of a challenge, you know. So here, we're just going to jump like Meat Boy would jump, get to the end. Greener pastures await. I had no idea that that thing could get inside of that hole. Again, the worst that's what she said moment. Maybe. Anyway, so let's try to just build ourselves a bridge and get... not quite. See, this is a level where I really should just be using, just be playing in a Meat Boy-esque style, but I feel pressure to... you know, be a more effective Steve, let's put it that way. And, you know, to some extent, I guess that worked out. Not the easiest. Here's a good one. Johnny's Cage. Any level where Bandage Girl is locked behind something is really, really easy. If there was a greatest hits of how to use Steve, Bandage Girl behind a lock, such as this level, would be probably 50% of it. Fully 50% of it. Whenever you are Steve and you break a lock, for some reason, you also have to build another block in place before you can actually pass through that square. For example, if I break a lock, I have to put another dirt block in front of it, and then break that dirt block before I can get through. So we'll try to give an example of that. Yeah, right there. So you can see I've got to break it twice, basically, to get through. Pretty sure that's just some sort of a glitch. Who cares, really, right? I mean, we're already using a game-breaking character. We can't really be surprised when he doesn't work within the confines of the game that well. Once we get to like Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and basically as soon as the Dark World starts, Steve's power becomes immensely useful, and you know, you can beat some of those levels faster than I beat Chapter 1, the Forest, using Steve, which is pretty insane. So there's so many times where there's all these roundabout obstacles, like you have to leave Bandage Girl, like Bandage Girl starts right beside you, then you have to get a bunch of keys, come back. And with Steve, you just bypass all the nonsense, all killer, no filler with Steve from Minecraft. And I am so ashamed right now in my seeming inability to beat this level. Even just trying to play it in a straightforward way. Yeah, like this one. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around here, I'm just gonna go straight for the gusto. There's another one where you have to break the lock a couple of times and then get down, but it saves you a lot of level, so what's the big deal? Now, I find Steve's power immensely useful on this level, actually, because if you remember from the actual Chapter 2 The Forest video I did fucking ages ago, I have a serious problem with the jumping puzzle at the end of this. I'm a little bit better now. It has been 2 months of relatively intense practice as I just get good enough to actually get these videos recorded and out. But still, it's nice to have the ability to just make yourself a little block ladder, a little block staircase to get up to the top. Excellent. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always.